Alright, so what's going on, everyone? Today we have a very wide angle camera because honestly, I'm looking a little bit fat recently because I was staying inside my room way too much. But so in this video today, I'm going to be going to show you guys how to create this environment inside of Unreal Engine. Totally for free. You can do whatever you want, and as you can see here, I actually disable late night because basically my PC is powerful, it can run on a very good one, and as you can see how realistic this one actually look. And this one was very simple to make. So in this video today, I'm gonna be going to show you guys how to do this. It's a little bit laggy because I was opening a lot of different things right now, and it's even look better with some glow. We put it into the camera actor, we bring it back there. As you can see here, it's look very nice. So let's get right into this videos. Alright, so one of the first thing that I want you guys to do, it is to download the AutoLandscape master materials and some other 3D assets that you could actually find on Sketchfab. For example, if you want to have a Torii gate, then just search for Torii, click on downloadable, and you can see that there's a lot of high quality thing here. And yeah, you can choose this one and just download as an APX models. Or if you are way too lazy to really download all of those things, I do have a content only folder right over there for you guys to actually download and use that right away. So it's basically include every single thing that I just mentioned above. But once you're done downloading those things, there's only one more thing that I actually want you guys to do. It is head over to the Epic Game Launchers, go to Marketplace and searching for megascan cheese. So the reason why I'm not adding this one into the content part, it is they actually provide us with a lot of different cool megascan, a lot of different variation, and I actually want you guys to choose the favorite one instead of force you guys to use the one that I use. So there's a lot of things here. I already downloaded all of them, and now for example, I wanted to use the European hornbeam or the European bees. All you need to do here is click on add to your projects, click on show all projects, and choose the one that you just downloaded. In this case, it is the Torii Gate content, and if it said not compatible, just simply choose the 5.3 version because it's basically the same. I already added that into my project, so I don't need to do that once again. And now once you download that, it's time to opening up our Unreal Engine folder. Alright, so before we actually begin setting up our project just a little bit, so go to plugins. The first thing that I want you guys to opening up and turning it on, it is the recovery hub, because sometimes it's got crash, and this is not a plugin where it could recover every single thing that you just lost, so there's no worry about it's got crashes. And the next thing, it is the movie render queue, which is right over there. I already enabled this one up. And the next thing here, it is on the content drawers. We're gonna click on add feature or content bag, click on the third person and click on add to projects in order to have this sort of character folder. Here I already done it as well. So once you've done all of that, now we're gonna be going to click on file, new level, and click on basics. So it is our new level. So before we do anything, just click Ctrl S on the keyboard. I'm gonna be going to save this one. I'm gonna name this one Torii Gate, and now it's time to create our landscape. So the first thing here, it is to go to the content drawer, click on character, go to the mannequins, meshes, and drag the skeletal mesh into the scene. I'm going to be going to reset the position so that it's going to be going to stand in the middle of the scene. And now the next thing here, it is to create a new cinema camera actors. That's one of the first things that you gotta do, so that you can know where to place and where to actually work on the detail, because some of the detail not going to be so in the camera, and it's going to be a waste of time if you keep adding those things, because it's not going to show anyway. So on the camera setting here, I want to make a live by 60 videos, the vertical videos for phone. So before we do that, we're going to be going to turning on the slapping tool over there, make it 90 degrees, hold W on the keyboard, make it right in the middle, so you can set the location to 0. So the first thing that we're going to be going to do here, it is the sensor width. I'm going to be going to set this one 30.4 by 23.8. So it's basically the perfect ratio. I want to drag myself maybe let's see, where should I be? Maybe on top of there, make it smaller. All right, that's a lot better. And for the focal length, the higher the focal, the more flat the environment gonna be. So I'm gonna be going to make this one a lot smaller, maybe 16 to 24. That's like the perfect things that you can actually do. So the temporary set it right over there. I might make this one up a little bit. I want to turn it up the slapping and make it, you know, facing up a little bit so that the horizon line gonna be a little bit higher. So now the next thing that I'm gonna be going to do, it is click on the little cube right over there, click on Quixel bridge and search for stair. Alright, so inside the stair we're gonna be going through looking up for some meshes. Bro, it's like very slow loading over there, but there it is. There's a lot of different stair right over there that you could actually use. Here I'm gonna be going to choose something different than the one that I use on the work that I do. So maybe the Asian tempo stair is basically the perfect one. No, it's like way too little. The string stair is not very nice. I think that I might choose alright, quick. I'm way too picky sometimes. Maybe the castle stair may be the perfect one that I'm gonna be going to choose. So once you've done that, what you're gonna be going to do here is to click over there. You can choose lat night or high quality. Lat night gonna be better for the performance, but here I'm gonna be going to choose high quality and just wait for it to download. Alright, so when it's done downloading, we're gonna click on the little add button over there, and now it's gonna be going to be added into the projects. So for this one, we're gonna go to the content drawer, go to megascan 3D access, click on the castle stair and drag it into the scene. So all you need to do right now is to turning on the slapping, rotate this one maybe 180 degrees, and then click on the camera. We're gonna going to beam this one, and now what we're gonna be going to do, it is to drag it to the point that you actually like it. Maybe it's going to be like this. And now what you're gonna do is hold Alt on the keyboard, click and drag to duplicate those things up, and I'm gonna be going to make it up a little. That's nice. So maybe a little bit more. I don't want, because the space between those things actually not really, you know, even. So I make it a little bit, you know, stacking up on each other. It's already five, not five, fuck. All right, so choose two of those things, Alt once again, and just keep doing that. One more thing here is, if you can actually think, you know, it's not way too repeatable, you can actually mirror the axis of this one. So I'm gonna be going to show you real quick, you know, for someone who have OCD than me. So when you choose two of those things, go to your actor, go to chamfer, and you can mirror the Y axis or the X axis. And as I tried, well, sometimes I'm pretty bad at those things. So yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit different, but at least it differs. So you can hold shift, move it up just like this, make it into a little bit of chaos, you know, some chaos access. All right, making it up just a little, just like this. I think it's like over halfway of the scene is probably good enough. So the next thing that we're going to be going to do, it is to delete this landscape over there. And what we're going to be going to do right now is go through the landscape mode. On the section side, I'm going to be going to set this one maybe a little bit smaller. So I want to be going to scale this one down instead of making it, you know, smaller, because the basic thing here is I want it to have a little bit more resolution, you know. It lit a little bit more resolution. So I'm gonna set the location back to 0. Now just make this one just like this. Maybe the number of component should be 4 by 4. So it's a lot better now. Maybe this 3x4. Yeah, bro, just make it a little bit smaller, just like this, and click on create. So now once you're done with those things, the next thing that I'm going to be going to do is click on the RAM section, hold control on the keyboard, create the first RAM, and then we're going to be going to move it to the point that you like, and then click on control once again to create another point over there. Oh yeah, I actually accidentally slap it, and if you don't like it, you can actually delete it, you can reset it, and then just add a RAM. You can hold your left click and make it just like this. There's like many different ways of you actually can manage to add those things into the scene. So I'm not gonna try to make it in the middle. I might make it this one a little bit, you know, over there, goes over there, make it a little bit in the middle. It doesn't need to be always, you know, correct. This a little bit is more than this enough. Now we drag those things down until it's like right over the line, right a little bit under the line. Same thing go with this one, make it, you know, out just a little, and then make it down just like this, and click on add ramps. So basically we have a ramps. That's look absolutely disgusting, so you can add the wicks just a little bit and add another ramps. Yeah, bro, this is basically the perfect one that I kind of needed right now. So go to your sculpt mode. What you're gonna do right now is to set the brush size down and just, you know, manage to make those things. So I'm gonna be going to flatten this little part right there, and use the same tool but this time to bump those things up. So you can touch a little. Oh no, it should be a little bit smaller or very small, so that we could actually make those things out just like this. I'm actually bad at the landscape tool, and the landscape tool itself does not being used way too often. So once you make something out here, there's one more thing that I want to show you guys before we actually make those things looking prettier. It is to add the AutoLandscape materials. So in your content drawer, click on the AutoLandscape material, click on materials, and you can see we have a lot of materials here. So I want to click on example material ML mountain. We drag this one into the landscape material right over there. So I slap this one into this little part over there. Material, go to mountain, put it over there, and now it's all turned into black. So what should we do right now? Go to the landscape, click on bin, and then as you can see right there, we didn't create any wet blend materials. So now what you need to do is to create the wet blend materials in order to make those things functioning. So click on the little button here, create a new wet blend materials, and just hit on save. So now it's basically gonna be going to create multiple different things. So yeah, what the fuck is this? Oh yeah, I think I chose the wrong one. Let me actually adjust this. So maybe I'm gonna be going to choose some mountain. I think so. So yeah, just click on the auto landscape. Maybe we're gonna choose something else from those things. Oh, so those things actually got into some trouble. So if you're facing this problem, here is the way to fix this. So first, I'm gonna be going to close my projects and then check the content folder I actually updated with the auto landscape material. Alright, so right over there, all you need to do is to download this in a folder, and now we're gonna be going to the content folders of the Torii get content, and inside the auto landscape, what you're gonna be going to do right now is to delete that. Maybe it's because of the redirector problem. So inside this, go to the content, we're gonna select all those things, we move it into the folder right over there, and you can skip the file. Alright, so once you're done with this one, reopen your project, and we are good to go. Alright, so once you open this one back, just go to the content, Torii gate, open this one up, and in the AutoLandscape, I'm gonna dock this one into layout. And then we go through the example, materials, drag the material mountain over there, and as you can see, it's all working fine right now. So back to your landscape, click on this one, go to the pin. Now we're gonna be going to create for the rest of the material. So we got this one. It's got an you know, looking a little bit bad because I'm using 2 monitors, so my window setting is a little bit, you know, dumb. Sorry about that. So what you all done with this one, I'm gonna be going to quickly explain about this one in, you know, in a future tutorial, because this one is not really needed in this tutorial today. So once you're done with this, what you're gonna be going to do is to keep working on this little part right there. So now click on flatten, make it a lot bigger, and now we just flatten all the part that you wanted to flat. So make it, you know, expand those things. I highly recommend you guys actually looking up at some reference while doing this, because it's also gonna help you a lot. So I'm gonna be going to speed up this flattening part because it's kind of meaningless. All right, so it's time to do the sculpt. So as you can see here, there's like a lot of thing that's going on over there. So what you're gonna be going to do right now is to make the brush size a little bit smaller than usual, and just keep working on those things. Let's make it up. It might look a lot chaotic now, a ton of fucking chaotic going on, but it's okay, because later on I will actually showing you how did I manage to combat with this problem. By using the smooth tool, you can make those whole, you know, completely disappears, and make this one up. Just make this one up. There's no problem with you actually kind of mess up with this part, because later on we will add a lot of dress up mesh onto those things. There's no problem with that. Just keep sculpting, especially at this part, make it smoother. It might be a little bit way too strong actually, so yeah, just sculpt, make the full up and make the strength down a little, and now you can make those things up just like this. You can hold control to make, you know, like some of the parts showing up, some of the part not. It doesn't matter at all, okay? Because just remember, later on we will actually fix those things very quickly, or you can actually make those things a little bit smaller and just keep brushing up until those things really showing up into the lick of this thing. As you can see here, go to the control, maybe make those things, and that's what you need. You can actually hold right click and move with your WASD, and then you just say scrolling up the mouse in order to make it faster. And now do the same thing with the other half over there. And now one more thing here, as you can see, we have a very big bump over there. So what you can do right now is to click on the erosion tool, make it a lot, you know, lower to the ground, and you can start using the flatten tool in order to make it, you know, flatten, you know, as the name it said. You can flatten those things just like so. You don't really need to flatten the entire areas. Remember, if something appears in your camera, then take care of it, but if something does not appear, just fucking ignore it, because later on there's not gonna impact anything. And yeah, I think it's looking nice enough. I might use some sculpt with a very no tool strength, adding some tick tick clip. Yeah, bro, you can hold shift to actually make those things down. You know, it's like I kind of love sculpting environment when it actually form into something that I do understand what am I doing, but sometimes I'm just like getting lost at it and I'm being angry at it. So when you're done with those things, what I want you guys to do right now is to actually make it a little bit higher, you know. So the way to do those things, before we do that, you can actually add some noise into your environment. You can actually do that and make the tool strength up. You can put the noise over there. It might be not looking visible because, you know, this one is a pretty weird tools. I could say so. You can, you know, make some sort of deformation. Oh yeah, I don't know, it's just random for me. I'm not gonna use this. We just like go with their good old tool. I might make this little part right there also going up to the ground, because this might look way too deep down and I don't really like to see it. I want it to be surrounded by, you know, continuously hiding. And of course you can hit, as always, you can hit shift to basically make those things down, make it a lot higher, smooth those things out as well. Make sure to smooth, and here we are. We have a very scrapping because this is a tutorials. Okay, so sculpt mode, I want to basically drag those things, make it very small and just drag it multiple times to make it, you know, some sort of ramping up, just like this, because I want it to be ramping up. There's gonna be a reference that I will show you later. You know, we're just doing this together and talking. I think, yeah, you should actually do with me when watching those sort of tutorial. That's gonna be a lot better, not for real. So go to smooth, make it maybe 50, and now just make the tools goes up a little. Why is not doing anything? Fuck, what happened? I don't know, maybe because of the tool is like too small. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's because it's too small, so just make it click a little so that it's gonna be, you know, insect to those things, and we are done with the environment. All right, so the next thing that I want you guys to do, it is to import more access to, you know, keep working up on those things. And one more thing that I kind of noticed here, it is this little environment here. So maybe the titling, if you want to change it, you can click over there, go to the AutoLandscape mountain, go to your materials, and you can see there's a lot of titling here. So let me show you what happened if I actually change those things. Let's go to maybe the B material, the forest ground. You can see that you can actually titling those things. It's kind of weird, bro. Yeah, you can actually titling those things extra like, and there's a lot of setting here, but I'm not gonna do that. So go to your Quixel bridge, and it's time to looking for some floor. Adding some floor, maybe add some random word into those things, because it's gonna split into tag anyway. So we're gonna import some floor from the Quixel bridge. So here I want to be going to choose some random one, because, you know, I already use some sort of O access before. You can actually use the one that I use. The one that I use on the project, it is this one, but I want to try with something a little bit different, so I want to choose this one. And the next thing here, it is about the Lotric. So you search for Lotric on the 3D assets. You search for Lotric, and inside this, as you can see, we have a lot of different assets, so you need to import this lot root. There's a lot of different lot roots to actually use. The trees here, there's a lot of thing here. There's little branch I'm pretty bad at this shit now because I'm kind of tired, so you have to import all those things that you think that it's gonna look the scene looking like better. And here I already download that on the local, so just export it, keep export those things. I want to export this one. The link gonna be in the description if you want to know about it. And the branch, obviously some branches, root, rock. I don't really need rock yet. Alright, so we have import quite a good amount of stuff here. So what you're gonna do is click on megascan, and on the future tab, if you couldn't see the future, you can actually oh yeah, actually already enabled, but you can search for static mesh over there, and once you've done that, you can turn this one on. As you can see a lot of different things that we are about to use. So it's time to dressing up with the scene. The first thing here, the easiest one, it is the floor. So drag the stuff down there. As you can see, the color is not the same right now, but I want to quickly show you how to color correct those things later on when you're done with this. So make it a little bit down to the ground. Just like this, hold Alt on the keyboard, duplicate it, and keep working on it. Alright, so along the way, if you see anything just like this, you can actually remove them very easy. Go to landscape. You can use some erosion, make those things down a little, and then make those things a little bit down around as well, and just choose all those things. I know that this is very repetitive now because it's a tutorials, guys. So if you do something like that, you want to get extremely serious with that, you can actually use some extra access for doing those things. You can add more and more access. Here's I'm working on the tutorials now, so there's no way I want to be wasting my time doing way too much stuff just like that. Alright, so once you're done with the floor, with the stuff down there, it's time to add some root in order to cover this part because it's look quite ugly right now. So the first thing first, it is about the root layers. So drag it on, rotate it. Highly recommend you to turning off the slapping because basically slapping is not what's like normal environment scene should look like. The turning off all of them, just make them random because lasher is all random, right? They do follow some sort of things, but at the end of the day, it's actually very, very random, man. That's the beauty of lasher actually, because when I was working on this sort of lasher scene, the only thing that I liked, I could do whatever I want because it's all random. Sometimes it's not, but most of the time it's actually very, very random. So here it is. You can make them scale down a little bit, move them up by holding shift, going over there, make them move just like this, make them facing down to the ground, hold Alt on the keyboard, create another one. You don't really need to scare about the repetitive because later on, the stacking up as much stuff as you could like properly find, and you are good with that. You definitely good to go. Because you know, when you're looking up at game environment, they do the same technique. They're just adding no ton of things, but then actually, you know, all repetitive things, and it's not bad at all. You shouldn't spend way too much time on some of the detail that, you know, not really important. So I think that you should choose some of those things by holding shift, make them a little bit closer, and Alt once again, rotate them just like this, 180. Make the rotation down just like this and move it. It's not you're playing with Nego whatsoever. Yeah, just make those thing up, just like that. Just aiming for a good enough direction. Wow. You know what I wasn't having is OCD with some sort of thing like this, because when I was like working on those things, I was, you know, really concentrate on those things. Let's see in this one, the tutorial, I don't want to waste time on that, but it's really make me feel a little bit uncomfortable, you know. So add those things and more and more. Keep adding until you really think that it's looking good enough. You can add different things just like this. No, when it's blending, right, look at that, it's fucking cool, right? You can move it right over there, rotate it, make it bigger, change the rotation. It's kind of mess up sometimes, but when you blend those things into the meshes by itself, it looks like something like, you know, like getting out of this, and it looks very nice. Incredible thing, you know. That's why I love environment art. Even though I do a lot of cyberpunk, but I do love environment. I'm just a guy who don't really go outside too much. That's probably why I don't, you know, I rarely make this shorter thing. Even though I do love to make those things. Next, add some root, you know, some falling root. You can keep the scale just like this, or maybe make it smaller, up to the ground. Rotate it just like this. Rotate it, maybe bigger skin. This one is like a very detailed skin. I actually want to flick that, you know, like flick the beauty like this. Rotate it up. You might put it over there. Hold shift on the keyboard, make it up to the ground. Keep building it. It's okay to make those things a little bit weird sometimes, but just don't make it way too, you know, undecided. Just like this. This is like one of the great example of, you know, some dumb thing that you shouldn't do. Keep adding. That's the only thing that I could say right now. If you want to make something incredible, then the more detail the better it's gotta be. So maybe something like this is very nice. Alright, oh yeah, this is like fucking facing to each other, and I hate to see something that looking, you know, not random in later. Okay, so once you're done with this, we go back to the landscape. I want to enhance those things just a little bit, make those things down, full up. Add them just like this. Do the same thing with the back side, make them up. Let's make them very random, but do follow some. It's eating a little bit too much. Smooth, straighten down, make them smooth out just a little bit. Alright, so we are basically done with this one. You can do as much detail as you want, or as high as you want. So let's see, if you take a look at those things right now, you can see that the material color are a lot the same. This one is like a little bit blue, but this one is like a little bit green. So what you're gonna be going to do is actually try your best to matching up those sort of things. Before we do that, I want to go to the landscape mountain first. We drag those things down. You can simply see the color here. As you can see, you can make the color tune, adding any color that you want to add or anything like that. It's also required some sort of strength and shit. So you can change the materials right over there, as you can see. And what I want to change is this one. So go to the load breaks, go to the Alibao, Abedo. Okay, Abedo. So contrast, definitely a bit up. Yeah, it should be down. You can turn this one to 1. Boom. Saturation up. See? Whoa, yeah, this is like fucking crispy. This little detail is like, yeah, bro, fuck yeah. It's looking pretty bad now, but it's I don't give a shit about that. Okay, so do the same thing. Albedo. This time saturation, more brightness, down a little. Good. Just scrap it, bro. Seriously, just scrap it. Alright, so we are moving up to the next thing, which is the foliages. So here's a little thing that I wanted to say. It is for the foliages. If you have a weak PC, do this. Go to your foliages, go to your symbol winds. We Control A on the keyboard, right click, go to Asset Action, and click on Node, so that it's gonna be very smooth later on. So as you can see, it's not running right now, both those things. And one more thing, it is on the geometry. Go to symbol wind, Control A once again, right click, go to Not 9, and Not 9 should be enabled, so that it's not gonna be, basically fuck up with the scene. Here I'm gonna set this one to high in order to make that not, ruining my fucking BC. Go to foliage. Oh, I'm sorry for swearing. Seriously, I'm sorry. I'm swearing a little bit too much recently. So now what we're gonna do, here's a little tips. It is go to the Cine camera actor, you pin this one, you go to perspective, the action, open that, just straight up open this one on the scene. What you wanted to do right now is to drag some of their access, because for example, if you want to sew this one into your environment to make this one like some sort of obvious, you can do this. And also you can scale those things down, and also take a look at the scale ratio, because later on it's gonna be very useful for you, because it shouldn't be that big compared to the scene, because the biome by itself is very big. So this one is like 0.4. Add another one. I want to add it over there. Do the same thing, scale those things down to around 0.4, as you can see. And now just drag it to the point that it's nucleized. That's what I want you guys to do. That's the reason why, like a little bit into the scene, blend it. Okay, so what you're gonna be going to do right now is go to the foliages and go to content drawer, go to Airbnbs, symbol winds. Just drag some of the thing that called forest. One. Put all those in. Sapling is something smaller, so drop the foliage. Bro, I haven't eaten for like 12 hours. I'm sorry for that. I'm a little bit hungry now. So enable everything by holding shift from this one to this one. Enable that. And the scale X, remember the last one, right? This was 0.4. So I'm gonna be going to set this one maybe 0.3 to 0.47. Random numbers. Band densities, I want to set this one to 0.1. And now we can go to the lid tab right there. We can go to wireframe and make the brush size down a little. Just give it a click to see the density of the thing here. I think it's pretty good. So Control Z on the keyboard. I might make this one 0.08. And one thing here, it is the align to normal lid to be disabled. and the random draw, just make it up. And the beans angle, it is like the tree is like that, it's connect for a little bit just like this. I want to set this one maybe to 6, and we are ready to foliate our scene. So moving up to this point, 200 is obviously a good amount. Don't drag way too much like that, because it's obviously gonna be some, you know, unnecessary thing going up on the scene. Make it just like this. As you can see, there's some root over there, it's like flying up on the ground. You can actually hide that when you're actually adding the sapling, but I don't want it. So how did we manage to, you know, combat those things? It is the Z offset. So I'm gonna set this one to maybe -30, and this one maybe, yeah, just like that. Now choose some of the part, as you can see, it's all down to the ground, looking fucking fascinating. So put it on 2 of the side. Some of the points here actually get into it, but I don't really give a shit about that because it's not nice. Make it a little bit more. Okay, bro. The PC starts screaming right now. I know about that. And now from this point, we set the density down all the way to 0.4 because it's far away from the camera. You know, there's something blocking out the way is more than just enough for the scene. So as you can see, that's nice. So got a very moody scene. And okay, one more thing I forgot to tell. You can hold shift to delete some of the part. You want to delete some of the part, you know, to make some of the light, you know, like going through. And yeah, okay, something like this. Oh no, let's put those in here. It's depend on the camera angle. So also something over there as well. I want it to be totally covered by the dark forest. As you can see here, it is, the lighting might be sometimes it's bright, sometimes it's dark. So the way to fix this one is to click over there, search for a both progress volumes, and on this little part right there we search for unbounce, so that it's going to be affect the entire scene. Go to ice folder, turning on the ice flow compensation, and this one is the more important one, to set it to 1:1. And as you can see, it totally in the dark now. So for those things, I might put this one at 2.5. And one thing here is you can hit Control L on the keyboard to basically move the lighting to any angle that you like. As you can see, those I might make this one, but it's on the other side. I might make those in just a bit like this, and you can remove some of the thing over there in order to make, you know, the light going through. Shift. You know, it's like you're doing some hairstyles, some sort of thing like that. Let's make it a little bit less, because later on those sort of grouting gonna be, you know, change this as well. So we already done a huge mess over there, so it's time to actually manage to group those in. So just hold shift and control, click on the little button right there, this folder, hit F2. I want to turn this one into structure. Same thing with those things. I will name this one Nordic. All right. So now click on the directional light. What you're gonna be going to do right now is to hold E, make those things maybe from this side, and now it's time to setting it up with the intensity. So the intensity might be 13, and the short here, I might make this one 0.5. I know it still look very lasty, so let's keep fast with the scene. So go to the landscape. One tip here, you can actually click on unlit so that you could really know what is going on over there. So go to the foliage, shift once again, uncheck all of those things. Go to the content drawer. It's time to put all the sapling. There's not even seeding. I don't need seeding. So choose every single thing turning it on, density, make it 0.2, and you also need to test it out over there. Also, I think that align to normal should be still be disabled, but the random pitch angle might be higher, so that it's gonna be looking nice at falling. So wow, that's very nice. Yes, it's nice. Do that. Okay, here we are. Let's keep working on your stuff. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot one thing. Let's Control Z. Okay, the scale X and scale here, make it very random. Here I'm gonna set that 0.3 to 1, because you know, and I said laser is always random. You shouldn't add, you know, something way too uniform into your laser scene, or else it's gonna look like shit. Make it a little bit more crowded. Now go to the lead mode. As you can see, we have a very nice sapling over there. So what you're gonna be going to do next right now is keep pass. With that, you can add some Quixel braids as said, but here I'm not gonna be going to do that because, you know, tutorials. Wow, what a fucking stupid reason. So here is come the very interesting thing. It is about the fog. But one thing here, as you can see, the tree is blocking way too much light, and I don't want it. So how can you fix this? The only ways for you to fix those things is to go back to the foliage and check all those things, and you can actually select individual things here. You can rotate those things. But as you can see, maybe the scale is like way too much. That's why the scene cannot be get inside. So go over there, rotate this one to this little side, and make it down just like this. And go to your foliage, select all of those things, pin, make it very small, like around 100. Let's make those things out just a little. Maybe something in the corner might affect those things. You know, click. Try to reduce that. I actually use a different back. It is the European things. I might show you later if you want to use that, because I think this one look pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, you can consider using that one instead of this one. But anyway, so you can see there's some lines sharp over there. So what you're gonna be going to do, it is click on the directional light. Just try to make it, you know, as much as possible. I might make it on the side just like this. Yeah, something just like this as an example. And what you're gonna be going to do right now is to go to the exponential high fog. First, the fog densities, I'm gonna go to set this one 02. And then the most important thing is a volumetric fog. So for the volumetric fog, we're gonna be going to increase the attention scale in order to have some sort of light start going around. And also scroll up on the fog in scattering color. You can choose some sort of scattering color. I'm gonna make this one something like this. It's kind of not a far away stuff, you know. And yeah, you can change the density of the fog as well as the light rays. As you can see, we have a lot of light rays here already. I'm gonna make the attention scale a little bit better. I mean, for the OG project, I only set it at 2, but it's like kind of depend. As you can see now, when it's rotating, you can see there's like some sharp going on. Did you see that? Did you see the beauty of this shit? Here we are. So I might make it all the way just like this. I know it looks stupid, but that's the only thing that I could do right now. Because if I go by this way, it's not gonna do anything because you know the tree got blocked it all the way. So let's set it just like this. And now what we're gonna be going to do it is to add some sort of objects over there, and here's how I do it. Alright, so I'm basically done with this. It still look bad, but it's better than the last version. One thing here is you can go to the thing called Torii, go to environment, go to mesh, go to Foliage, and you can see that we have a lot of Foliage type, which is the dry leaf. So import it over there, and then make the density up like 1. And now when you're bending down there, you can see that we have some dry leaf, which is very realistic. It will take time to actually do those things. It's gonna look very realistic, not like this obviously. Okay, also make sure to color correct the stair later on. I might color correct that later on. And now once you're done with this, it's time to rotate the line once again in order to showing you guys the differences. So if you couldn't see anything like that, so hit G on the keyboard, G once again, and you can see. And now just make those things back to the plate that it should be. See, fucking gorgeous. That's all I can fucking say. That's fucking gorgeous, bro. Whoa, bro, it's just like a 20 minutes work and it's already looking like this. It's incredible, right? Now what you go, content drawer, mesh, Torii gate, put those things down, rotate, 90 degree, move it to the middle, move it over there. Now it's like right in the forest. We might make it all the way like this. You can really adjust those things by doing something just like this. All right, and here we are, the final thing, which is color correcting this end of stair right there. Alibaba control first, brightness down, saturation up, contrast up, save, fucking done. Easy. And go to the content drawer, effect. You see there's a lot of effect here, right? Leaf, NS falling leaf, put those things up, and you can see we have some falling leaf, not really much. Double click on those things, go over there, zoom to the spawn rate and set this one any number that you like. You're gonna set this one even higher, maybe 80. Set, boom, you got some falling leaf. Oh my god, bro, it's not gorgeous as well. Everything is gorgeous. You can duplicate those things, make it over there. Say that you have some falling. So it's time to do some philo thing, which is the post progress volume. Yeah. So post progress volume, click over there. First thing first, global illumination. I think lumen is already more than enough. Because those things doesn't need anything like way too fancy or something. Bloom, you can turn on bloom for like better reflection and stuff. But here we already have a good race, so I'm not gonna do that. Expose, I might set this one at 2 so that the color will gonna be normal. Or if you want to exactly know which like what value is the best, I think 1 always go the best. That's what I really meant to say, because when you go with 1, you can do some sort of the contrast between stuff gonna be a lot better. And also if you go with 1, you can do some sort of glowing stuff that I just talked a few minutes ago. 2.5, you see, That's a lot better. You can use the convolution, but I'm gonna use the standard method. Is a lot better. And the threshold, just like this. Now here's width, we go. Okay, legs. Here is one of the tips. It is about color. So here in the content drawer, I want to dock it. And what you're gonna do right now is to go to content. I want to create a new folder. Go to this. I'm gonna call this one up. So here is a way to actually color correcting right inside Unreal Engine. So first we're gonna be going to close every single thing, and just take a link in the description. There's gonna be a lot loot back, and just paste that into the loot folder. Here's I'm gonna be going to paste that. So yeah, here's basically is what it's gonna be going to look like. So now what you're gonna do is reopen the process and start applying those sort of loot. So as you can see, it's all spawned over there. I mean, it's all showing up over there. So go to the Torii gate. Go to your post-work volumes, bro. I want to beats, bro. So searching up for loot, turning on the convolution. No, the color grading loot, and also the intensity as well. So into so many different things here. Am I gonna be going to choose some skyfall or some landscape? Let's try some landscape. You can try it over there. As you can see, it's look a little bit disgusting. Yeah, there's a lot of different options that you could really choose, and you can do your own stuff as well. There's no limit between those things. Here you can see. So here's the original one. You can actually do something just like this. Yeah, the autumn vibe is like all red and disgusting. Cinematic, just look at something that have a better grain. So maybe this one is way too over bright, oversaturated. Maybe this one. So one more thing here, it is the camera. I wanna duplicate. Also the leaf gonna be auto respond to those things. So that's one of the way that you could actually add. Or if you don't want to, then just do that in After Effects, which I'm also gonna show later on. Alright, so I'm just back from Beast. So go to the content drawer. What you're gonna be going to do right now is to render those things out. So search for cinematics. Go over there, click on Never Sequence. I want to name this one, just keep it just like this. I'll drag it into the scene, go to Open Never Sequence, go to the camera actor, drag it down there, and this is a very simple thing to do. Go to Transform, Location, the Y location is basically the same as After Effects. Make one over there, and the row piece raw is basically something like this. So just make 2 keyframes. You can make that going at the same speed by go over there. You can delete 2 of those things, click on this and click on linears, which is what I'm gonna be going to do. So I might make this one down just like this, go over there, and also you can drag those things just like that. So you can actually increase the number here. Oh my god, 214. Also don't forget to drag this and then move it over there, move it all the way up just like this, and just make those things looking up to the ground just a little bit like this. Also the Z position, just create one and then just make those things up to the ground. Also make sure to make a keyframe, because if not, then it's not gonna work. Okay, so here's what it's supposed to look like. No, this fucking thing is like way too much. Just -9. This one, something like this. Now as you can see, we have cinematics, which look absolutely disgusting. Why am I'm always being way too honest with the stuff that I make on the tutorials, but as a guy who makes tutorials, I don't want to create something that looking way too bad. Maybe on this little part right there, I'm gonna make those things down. create a new keyframe so that yeah. So once you're done with this, what you're gonna be going to do it is to make sure the Niagra, the little body code also gonna work. So to do that, select two of those things, drag those things down, click on the plus button, click on the Niagra component. On the Niagra component, search for the live circle track. So this is gonna be the circle. Let's make it, in the span of the timeline, just like this. And now we are good to go. So let's keep working with those things. You can actually be creative by custom the focal. There's a lot of things to do. And let's see. So what I want to be going to do right now is to teach you guys how to render this very quick. So we save the sequencer, click on the little button over there, go to the config. The first thing here is you want to have a lossless format. Go to setting, click on EXR, and on these renderings, you just set it just like this. And on the output, click on setting. Anti-aliasing is basically like when you're playing game, it's like sharpening up the edges. Make it 32. Click on override, camera cut for warm up, and render warm up for cameras. And let's click on camera, click on high resolution and console variable. I don't really think that I should use console variable anyways, because console variable is something not that really important. Maybe some game overrides. And once you're done with that, you can set your output resolution. Here is like 180 by light T20. On the output directory, you can save it anywhere that you want, maybe something like this. And on the custom start and end frame, I'm gonna set it at 240, and that's pretty old about it. As you can see, 240. So that's almost the end. But now what I want you guys to do, it is to maybe we add some shake into this, just to make you guys a little bit more creative. So right click, create a blueprint class, search for the base shake, and click on camera shake base, make that the cam shake. Open it up by holding enter, close it, open it once again. You're gonna have something like this. So root button, click on the Berlin noise, drag those things down. As you can see, we have a lot of different things here. First, the duration, set it to 0 so that it's gonna be going forever. So now let's test it out. So on the camera component over there, you can add some shake, camera shake. Click on cam shake, and now drag this one until the end of the span. So as you can see, we got some little shake going on. So you can change the amplitude over there, maybe like some rotation, set it to 1. So now it's like, as you can see. So yeah, here's some of the settings. You can actually mess around with all those things. It's your creativity. So I'm not gonna force you to actually follow anything. So we're basically done with the cinematics. Now it's time for the color correction. Alright, so inside our effects, the first thing that we're gonna be going to do is to import the sequence, the EXR sequence. Make sure to turn on the sequence over there. Click on import. So now drag those things down. As you can see, this one was my old one. So first thing first, we're gonna be going to sharpen those things up, sharpen all the details, so that when you look at that on the phone, it's gonna be look a little bit better. So now I want to be going to show you over there, right? If you put the sharpen about 25, as you can see, it's a lot sharper, and the lighting is like crispier, as you can see over there. It's crispy, but then it looks a little bit flat, away too sharp. There's like no haze around it. So for that reason, we're gonna be going to add the market bullet look. Add look into that. Click on edit. Now for the look, it's quite simple. First, you're gonna be going to choose a preset from this one. There's a lot of color correction tutorial that I upload on my YouTube channel, so you guys can check it out. But here I'm just gonna be going to choose some random thing over there, because why not? those things, some of them look so nice, some of them look quite nice, some of them look nice. Buns in the dark. This one probably nice enough. Let me. Oh, there's no screenshot. So yeah, let's choose some of those things. Maybe I want to choose this one. So this one look a little bit underwhelming, you know. As you can see, the curve. You can change the curve up or down to make the shadow and the highlight. And I want to delete the diffusion. Instead of that, I want to be going to use optical diffusions. And finally, I think maybe adding up some vignettes. Nah, the balance between the highlight and the shadow is good enough. So just zoom at those things. I wanted to make the density up a little with the side up and hit yes. So here it is, the Philo products. So thank you so much for watching this. Okay, let me back to my welcome. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial today. It's like a very long tutorial because I wanted to, you know, starting up something very simple for you guys. And there's like two little box over there. I don't really think that you guys actually noticed this, but this is my figure collection. You know, I actually brought the entire Bochi the Rocks anime, but two of them not even coming yet. So maybe in the next tutorial I'm also gonna do, you know, a little unboxing with that. So that's video is about it. Thank you so much for watching. It's 10 p.m. right now and I haven't eaten. You know, I'm just not eating breakfast honestly. So I'm gonna go eat right now. See you everyone, and of course project file in the description.